You're my fave. Me and Bubba, my little brother, we listen to you every night. Music is my life.
Hey, I'm Bill Moseley, and you're watching Death Curse Society. Or you better fucking watch it.
It's too disembodied, you know?
Rock and roll!
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. Why I don't have to Monday, it's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Woo! Here we go again.
Another one.
It's Monday. Another one. Somebody over there has got the plague. Hey,
No.
It's Death Curse Society and Monday Maniacs. I'm Red Crank. Zigzag over there. Phase down there for now. What's up, guys?
It's another manic Monday. He's got the cough.
What are you doing?
You
I
know,
saw.
I breached
Sorry.
the line there right before we were going on the air there. No, I feel great, dude. It's like the first time in 2 weeks I don't have like a miner trying to come out my forehead with a pickaxe. I feel great. So great to be here. And
A miner?
You know, like a
miner 2049. Not a
coal
miner.
miner, not with an
Serious?
E, Crank.
What kind of show are we running here tonight? What the hell's
Miner.
going on?
How about Harry Warden pounding
Okay.
out? Okay.
There you go.
Sledgehammer, pickaxe, either you take your pick. It was, I mean, I didn't want to bail out on Adam with 20 minutes to go last week. You know what I mean? But dude, you guys were that close to seeing a vomit live on the air.
Oh man, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been bad. No, I don't know. With guests,
I was looking at the clock. I was like, fuck, it's 10:05 and he's still going. So,
You know how he is.
I do. And I just went, they're going to be fine. And I'm going to go get sick. And I just disconnected. And that was that. So apologies for the abrupt exit last week. Yeah.
I love how you always give me a hard time whenever I prepare for an interview with him, and it's just like, why do you have 15 questions? Why?
we're gonna get through 2 of these.
We're going to get to 2. We get 2. Pick the 2 best ones and throw the rest away because that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
We get great stories, but it was fun, man. That was one of the better ones. I think we.
I love the interviews, man. It
Yeah,
almost doesn't matter who it is. I always love the interviews
because we always learn something. We always figure something out. I mean, it's or we get them thinking on stuff, which I love that too. When they're like, "Oh wow, I never," But you may notice there is a gap on my wall here. Well, the hockey mask is there. I put it in its place. But I didn't know what I was going to do for Texas Frightmare to get anything autographed. I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, just Bruce Campbell's there. But then I started thinking about it. I don't have anything at all signed by Bruce. Nothing. Because if you famously remember, he got up for his break right when we were walking up. This is before he got his own private fucking room.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, Bruce, where are you going? And he said, what do you care? As he walked away over his shoulder. A great moment, but I didn't get an autograph. However, that
I don't think he's quite that rude about it, but
it was, Bruce being Bruce.
It was snarky.
Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. But Crank has an autographed painting. And now I will have an autographed painting.
You're gonna bring that?
I'm bringing it because, dude, I went and bought this badass suitcase. It's a hard shell suitcase. It's got all these compartments in it. I've got the foam. I made the thing already. It works.
You got bubble wrap?
I have bubble wrap, and it's gonna be fine. It's only 18 by 21. This thing. It's small.
And you're flying? Oh man, that's risky.
I'm telling you guys, but I mean, this is gonna be sweet, dude. Because this guy is there too, Hal Dietrich or whatever the hell his name is.
Okay.
Dude, the
Good
only
luck, sir.
alternative is to pop the staples, and I'm not going to do that because Angelo killed it with the placing of this. So,
oh, man, you're gonna, dude. I'm gonna be nervous now the whole damn time you're in the air.
I'm taking 100 milligrams of gummies. I am not going to worry about it, dude.
You're not, but I am.
It's going to be fine. I want to bring the big one, but she's not there. If she would have been there, dude, I really would have considered shipping it down to our friends around there somewhere, you know, like my sister or something. And
I'm driving, so I could have gotten it.
Could have shipped it to you, and you could have brought it that way. But either way, it's getting shipped. But
I would trust USPS less, I think, or whatever shipping.
Bruce Campbell, and well, his name it's weird. He changed his name. I think I'm gonna have him sign it as who he was in the fucking movie, Scotty, the guy who played Scotty. So both signatures going on this.
That'll be cool.
Arriving safely in Texas.
That'll be cool.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah. Man, way to throw my anxiety up for the
Throw
next
the tension right at him, man, because frankly, some of these movies have zero, but it's okay that we're going to talk about tonight.
All right. Hey,
FaZe,
how was your week?
No shit.
I'm tired. I mean, I've been moving shit into storage mainly, and also I watched 6 movies this week for this episode. So not only is my body tired, but my brain is like, fuck. I mean, I watched Bloodlines second out of the 6 movies, so now I have to get through.
You poor thing. I've watched 13 movies at least this week.
So you're better at that than I am, though. So much
better at sitting on my ass and not doing anything for hours at a time.
Also paying attention to the movie. I could play 13 movies, but I would absorb 5 of them. You know,
I mean, it's tough, dude, because the greenhouse is in full fucking swing, like major swing, and
of course. Well, that's good though.
It's good, but I mean, the days are long, and then by the time I'm coming home, it's like, okay, I got to watch all these movies, and I got through the first 3 pretty good, but man, I tell you what, that 4th one, I had to restart that bitch like 4 times, man.
Oh Jesus!
I just couldn't make it. I
tuned out, and I just didn't care.
Oh boy, those characters. What a couple of cool kills. But
those nameless characters that don't even have actual names.
That's true.
We'll get to that.
I wonder if they had a name in the script and they just forgot to like write it in there.
Look at the credits, man. Look at the actual credits.
Dude, as soon as that shit was done, I was
like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, done. I was done.
God, if we were doing this show back then.
I had a game with you. Remember? There's that Sunday night I watched part 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you bitching about it. We both bitched about it for a good 30 minutes right at the beginning of the night.
Just top to bottom, the effects look bad. Everything's bad about that movie.
Top to bottom, yep.
We'll get there.
Not to fall off topic too much, but Grizzly does ask, is that a thing shirt, Crank? Your shirt check. That looks, oh my goodness. I need a shirt just like that.
Okay, I can't. There we go.
I could try to maybe
I'm fogging up doing this though. Ooh. Yeah, just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Sick. God damn it.
Oh, they're
fine. You're giving me the headache, man. Stop it.
Your brain is fine, sir.
We already gave Lorena the headache. It looks like tonight. She's the one that's hurting tonight. But hope you feeling better. Ziggy, anything else going on this week with you?
What else happened? Something else did happen, but I don't remember what it was. So if it'll hit me, I'm sure I'll interrupt at the most inappropriate time. But
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I besides the assignment that we had watching 6 movies, I also watched 7 movies to get ready for this next weekend. It's not horror, and I hope Ziggy's into this. I've already mentioned it to him once, and he ghosted me on a response. So, Mission Impossible, the final movie coming out. I am going to see it. I'm going to see it in an IMAX this weekend while we're in Texas.
Okay.
If you want to join, good for you. If not, chill out in the hotel for 4 hours.
They said this is a nice example of IMAX technology and filming. So, yeah, I'm down, man. I like a good adventure movie. Sure.
All right. So, yeah, those are the other 7 movies I watched this week.
One other thing about that. What about, you know what? We're going to be the Hearts of Darkness thing at 9 o'clock, so we can't. The Last Fan Standing is also Saturday night, I think.
Is it the same time as Hearts of Darkness?
That would be terrible planning.
That's stupid planning. That can't be right. I'm going to look that up while one of us gets to talking here in a little bit.
Check that out, yes.
I was thinking terrible planning.
They're selling tickets. I could have sworn it said Saturday. Man, maybe it's earlier. Maybe it's like 5 or 6 or something. That would be okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I could show off a couple of comments here.
Yeah, we got the gang over here. Yeah.
You guys are in the topic of Texas Frightmare. Patricia mentions that her buddy Joe is going to be selling some things there. Has some metal work that he's selling. The metal face sculpture of Odorous. I don't know. How do you pronounce that one?
You got it, Odorous.
Odorous Urungus.
Urungus, probably, yeah.
Urungus, yes. He's from
Very
Gwar,
cool.
band Gwar. That's the former lead singer. Dave Brocky was his name, the real guy.
Patricia also mentions she picked up a Angelo Mariano shirt. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because, yes.
Thanks to all the people that bought shirts over the sale that we just had. And somebody got a clock, I think. Somebody got a couple other things. I can't remember right now. But yeah, thanks everybody.
Nice.
Angelo's clearing out a bunch of pictures too. I think because I kind of paid off one of my other paintings, and he was like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "While we're at it, be a good time to." I hit him. He's like, "Just give me a minute. I got him. I got the file. I just got to put them down. I'll send them." And he's gonna send them to you, Crank it.
Okay, but yeah, we got to figure out that Google Drive. I sent him the link to where he can dump them, but that was a while back and he hasn't used it yet. So
I'll ask him next time I speak with him.
Yeah. What else you got there, FaZe?
Well, we've got a couple of comments about this other thing we got to show off here. Are we ready to do that, or
what thing? What thing would that be?
Well, I'm just talking about a thing. I just said it. It could be literally your shirt. Yeah, exactly.
Thing shirt.
If we're not ready to talk about the thing, and
we're right. We can talk about the thing before we get into the other thing.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what thing we're talking about at this point.
The thing that you got,
or the other thing.
No, the thing that you got starred over there. The comment.
All right, well, got a couple of comments here. Jesus, I'm all over the place right now. Just clicking on everything. Well, first, the twins are here. They say thank you for the card. We sent them great.
Well, no, that was Lorena, right?
Oh yeah, that was actually me and my mom. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys sent them a card at all.
It was full of shredded grass and like paper and stuff like that.
But then they also thanked us for something else.
What?
For a couple of backpacks. What could they be? What could they be talking about?
Backpacks? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Hold on. Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go to the tape.
Say that again.
A solid squish?
What is a solid squish?
A solid squish.
I guess that's how they describe the bag.
Open it.
Solid
Oh
squish.
God.
Also the name of my next band.
Sounds like a weed strain.
It seems a little
Yes,
could
custody. Only a little, of course. There's a seam. I just didn't feel like it.
Is there a card in the thing or anything, or do you know who it's from?
There's no card.
Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
I could be wrong, but
Wow.
Potentially. And then there's them peeking out on the side.
Yes.
I could be
You
wrong.
could be wrong, but I think you could be right though.
Potentially.
I love the other laughter
Oh,
in the
it has
back.
your
I
name?
can't believe we guessed it right. Yes.
Yeah, you did guess it right.
You did guess it right.
This is a good bag too.
Well,
Hey.
they wouldn't, give you like. Oh wow! It's got an inside pocket.
And it says, hello, my name is.
Yep.
Nice.
It should be filled with shredded paper.
Multiple
Right, no doubt.
pockets.
Oh, nice. I'm jealous.
The
Because
production-
you know how I feel about a backpack with pockets.
The production
person
team didn't know to
pockets,
put the
inside.
shredded paper in there
There's
for
an
us.
inside pocket, a big pocket, and a little pocket.
And it has side thingies
Yeah,
to
for your
hold.
water bottle.
Good for the computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Excellent.
seem pretty nifty.
Yeah.
What, you expected the things? That's me being a dick.
You're welcome.
Anyway, in actual seriousness, thank you so much.
Yeah. There we go. Excellent. For those of you that don't know, the twins, they graduated last weekend, and the four of us conspired to do something a little bit special for them. We had some backpacks created. We put their picture when they're dressed as the Shining Girls on the front, and it says "Come play with us" on either side. It also has each of their names on each backpack. So,
I would have been offended if they'd not busted our balls on that.
oh, of course, of
Oh
course.
no, they had to.
And I thought it was, funny that she had to explain that was her being a dick. You don't need to explain it.
You don't need to explain that.
It's
Everyone,
loud
that's,
and clear.
yeah, everyone that's ever met you understands.
Yes. Congratulations, and all the best in the future. And the world is yours, man. So
That's right.
now you go get it.
That's
You
right.
made it though. Congrats. That's the hard part.
Graduation's awesome.
And
Yeah,
of
it's a good
course, from
milestone.
us, the authority of thanks.
Yeah. Paula says, I was prepared for the shredded paper. If we had actually had a chance to do anything with those before, they got to you guys in between production and, because they were shipped straight from production straight to you. Yeah, that there would have been all kinds of stuff in there. But you got lucky this time. College graduation, be forewarned.
Oh, shit. Yeah. It's
So,
yes.
but yeah, those backpacks are one of a kind. There will never be another one like those, but we will be throwing some up on our site here in the near future. Anybody out there that's wanting some? So.
I've been carrying one for about 3 years now, and it's still together.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yeah, yours is a custom one too, though.
Yeah.
So, but we will. I don't know if you can go full screen on this. This will be a little bit better of a view of it. You got our ugly mugs down there with the name on the
ugliest
zipper
bag
thing.
ever made.
Yeah, and then our newest design there with the VHS tapes and all that. And then you got the logo on both sides. And then, like they were saying, you got us peeking out the edge. And we don't get to use that image very often, but I love that image. And it worked so perfect right there. So this will be one of the first backpacks we'll have up on the shop here, probably before the end of the month or close to. And yeah, there you go. So, woo!
Trip, man. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna just need a backpack, there's some stuff there. We can do things with it.
Well, and I think I'm trying to put together all of our our original designs on, on that one panel.
And I know you have to make each individual one to offer. You can't
Right.
just say, "Hey, design it yourself."
Right. So there will be like 8 or 10 new backpacks in the shop at some point. They'll have their own little category, blah, 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 blah. So there we go.
All right, the backpacks and the
DCS backpacks. Woo!
Yeah.
New
and
products.
graduating. Woo!
And that too, yes. I remember being so excited when I graduated 10 years ago.
I don't remember being all that excited when I graduated that many years ago, but
I was just glad to be done with that shit, man. You know, like
Of course, it was me, my buddy Mark, my buddy Eric. I'm driving. There's no map quest. There's no none of this. We had to go to Ann Arbor, which was about 25 minutes away. You know, of course, did a nice Led Zeppelin on the way there. And dude, we barely made it. We got lost, turned around, and then we finally blasted in there. We were the last 3 fucking guys. There was like 2 guys out the back door of Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor. And we walked in like we were there the whole time, like, hey, handed them our cards and stuff. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Zeppelin's a good choice.
Yes.
there you go. All right.
Strong style, baby. Yeah, we got work to do.
We got work to do. Time to thank the members wherever they are out there. I know a lot of you are already watching, and I'm just killing time until I get to the actual graphics. So, always thanks to our final girls and guys, Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone, our Crazy Ralphs, Bells, Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Crypt Horror, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada Pod. And, of course, to our camp counselors, Adam, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Chuck Schick, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. We'll be seeing JJ this week, too.
That's true.
If you want to become a member and support the DCS, head on over to deathcursesociety.com. Check out the membership tier. Figure out what you can afford to donate every month. And, yeah, that's how it works. And, of course, thanks to our associate producer, C. Motherfucking Phase.
Yeah, it's well past, but we pretty much killed on the opening thing today anyway. So,
yeah. We did blow it, didn't we? Great. I forgot about
we're giving all the money to Shrimpfeld or whatever anyway. So
no, we're giving all the money to the Bengals.
Oh right, EMI or whatever, whoever owns the fucking Bengals. Yeah. I'll tell you off the air. I've got the solution in progress, and I think you guys are gonna dig it. So it's the same thing but different.
It's the same but different, man. Great. All right. Let's see. Alrighty, let's get into it because we got a movie to talk about, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. Final Destination Bloodlines in theaters now. Did pretty good. 102 million worldwide, it looked like. Not 948 as some asshole tried to report. I don't know if you saw that. Somebody was saying,
no.
This movie has made $948 million over the weekend. And we're like,
crazy.
No.
What?
No.
Did James Cameron make it?
No,
a year ago?
Is it a Marvel Final Destination movie?
Avengers Final Destination? Like what?
Final Destination Twilight of the Harry Potter School of Hogwarts? What the fuck is going on here, man?
No, but 102 million in the box office, not too bad. Yeah.
Tenth of it, okay.
And,
no, that's solid. I mean, what was the? Do you know the budget offhand?
No, I do not.
Wasn't bad.
Oh.
I would guess this, a budget, 20, 25, maybe.
50 mil, so it doubled it.
50?
Yep.
Damn.
Well, there was some
yeah.
CGI there too. So
there was a lot of there was some good CGI in it, so maybe, but
just that
still seems high.
This movie's all green screen, a lot of it.
Oh yeah,
but it's all right. They did it right.
Yeah.
What was star power like? Maybe that was part of the. I don't really know the people here, but maybe some of them are kind of expensive.
No. But besides Tony, nobody's known in this movie.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of what I figured.
Bassinger's kids.
Tony couldn't have been that expensive. I mean,
not for one day.
No.
So we'll get to Tony Todd.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right. Let's start with Ziggy. Anticipation. What were you looking forward to in the 6th installment of the Final Destination series?
I could have gave a fuck less, dude. I mean, I had not even seen 4 or 5 until we started research for this. That's how much I checked out after 3, you know? And I was like, this thing's talk about beating a dead horse. It's how many times can you do the same thing? Well, apparently you can do it 6 times so far. But my anticipation was at the all low as I could set it, dragging on the ground. And I was not happy to having to go see this. I was tired as fuck. I had to go Sunday night at like 7:00.
Oh man.
And we're going to come back to that a little later. I have to address the public about movie going etiquette again. I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
Man.
I didn't mean to blow your ears out, fellas, but
Yeah, you kind of pierced it.
Well, yeah, it peaks and then it mutes, so you're fine.
I'm upset a little.
You sure you don't want to get into this now?
You want me to just get it out of the way?
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way.
The passion's all here already, so let's just...
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a good friend of mine.
What?
Mr. Zigzag.
Lip balm?
Lip balm. Take it away.
Listen, man. I know that these kids these days, it's fun pranking us old people and shit like that, but this is the second time in a row this has happened to me where I buy a ticket in the middle of a row by myself somewhere away from everybody else. You know, I don't care if it's a sold out theater. Okay, great. Fine. But it wasn't. When I picked my row, there was no seats sold. So when I walk in, you know, there's a cat sitting with this gal right there. I'm in 13. They're in 12 and 11, you know, and I just went, all right. So I sat in 10 or 14. I sat in 14. You know, and then slowly the row starts filling up. And couple sits next to me. I don't know. I think this guy was probably in his 30s and his girl might have been late 20s. Whatever, man. And we start watching the movie and it's fine. It's going good. Everything's fine. I mean, it's a live crowd, rambunctious crowd. We've been down this road before. I've no need to revisit things or stir muddy water. But yeah, it was a good crowd. I enjoy this most of the time. Then I start hearing I don't even know who it was. One of just some popular rap song starts blasting a couple seats down from me, you know. Hello? No, man, I'm at the movie, man. Yeah. Up to Final Destination, man. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, dude. It's good, man. Yeah. Yeah, it just started, man. I'll probably be here a couple hours, man. I'll be out then, okay? Yeah, all right, man. Catch you out, man. Like, so I'm like, okay. You know, at least he brevity slightly. Okay, fine.
No.
And then the movie gets going. About an hour in, there's a key scene. And it's, you know, the audience is in, man. They got us. You know what I mean? Because of the way they set this up. And I'm digging it. I'm enjoying the flow. My boy stands up and starts filming the screen with this light on, with his fucking spotlight on, with his, you know, the whole thing going, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, you can react to the movie a little bit. I mean, that sounded a little rambunctious, but
you know, just one guy, man. Why? And then he starts texting it to message other people, man. Well, the phone's lighting up the whole fucking aisle.
oh,
He's doing voice things, going, hey, check this out, dog. Check this out.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm done, but yes. Please, people. Movie etiquette. Please.
Well, so,
did you think to go and say something to like the management or the, you know,
No,
the workers?
I knew I would be here and this would be my venting come Monday.
All right.
Because
Okay.
well, that was it though. That was after that. It was okay. It was fine. After
Okay,
he-
so somebody got a phone call and then somebody videotaped some of the
same
scene.
guy.
Oh,
Same
it was the
guy.
same guy?
Same guy.
Well, of course.
Okay, quit yelling in the mic, man. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Thankfully, it's equipped to handle that. It's not killing our viewers.
It's kind of spiking in my stuff, but
Oh,
Is it? It's
on this side.
a little
maybe
bit.
it's my headphones that automatically mutes a spite. I don't know. I hope you guys are okay out there.
It's the same guy.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Interesting.
So anyway,
So, all right. Well, I didn't have that problem at all.
no, there was barely anybody in my theater.
Yeah, I had one other person in my theater because I picked the right time, like Sunday 5:00. No one's going to the fucking movies Sunday at 5:00. Just me and one other lonely bastard.
It was Friday at 5, but there was a lot of people there just not watching this.
I also went to the laser presentation too, man. That with the new sound and everything.
Mhm.
That shit is good, dude.
Nice.
But I walked past the screening of Sinners, and there were a lot of seats filled in. And that made me happy. That's still making money. It's still
Oh,
Good. Yeah.
still just banging.
It's the second highest grossing movie of the year so far.
Mhm.
I saw that. Right
Nice.
behind
Minecraft, probably.
Captain. Minecraft. Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Oh, dude, that grows like crazy.
Oh, Minecraft's up to
Still
like,
is.
yeah, Minecraft's up to like 700 million or something like that now.
It's going ape shit.
Yeah,
Can you
Sinners
imagine
is like
if they would have made
400.
this 10 years ago?
Oh, it'd be even crazier, but it wouldn't. I mean, if it was, I don't know,
It'd have the billion by now.
Mhm.
probably.
What?
Well, sorry you had to deal with that grievance there, Ziggy.
I
but
feel
I'm glad
better.
you got it out.
I feel much, much better, man. But I
Okay.
had to sit on that, dude. And like I said, man, I get excited too, and and everybody was laughing. But come on, man, just everybody paid to be there, man. You're not sitting in your fucking living room. All right,
Right.
let's move along quickly.
All right. Phase
So-
and anticipation.
Well, before his rant, actually, Bobby Staley sent us 1,000 stars on Facebook.
Ah,
Dude,
excellent. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you. So I can't show that on here because the way StreamYard, it translates
Right.
to literally nothing. But
Right.
hopefully my
thank you, good sir.
I would be happy to refund 500 of them after yelling at you people. For that.
Don't say that because I'm not sure how to refund.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, we could
I
just
can't
send it
remember
back.
what the yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby.
Sheena points out that she stopped watching after 2, and I guess to start off my anticipation, I should point out I watched the first movie before going to watch Bloodlines, and I realized I never ever watched that movie in my life, despite it being a 2000s horror movie, my generation type thing.
Yeah, this is absolutely your generation. How did you skip out on this?
Aimed at you.
Well, you know me, I went back to the old movie. I didn't care about the movies of my time, and I don't feel like I missed that much, to be honest with you. I mean, the first one was pretty good, but the rest of them from there, I could do without. I mean, I was complaining about this with Crank last night, but from a certain point, from like 2006 to 2010, there were like no good movies. It was just all garbage. And these movies fell into that pool of garbage by parts 4 and 5. So we'll get there.
So because he said that, next week we're doing the top 25 movies of 2006.
Oh, I would kill you. 2006. That might be the worst. Oh, but anyway. Oh, every year has its gems.
Ziggy's stabbing
I'm
his
getting
eyes out.
sidetracked. I didn't know what to think about this one. I was surprised by the amount of comedy that Final Destination had, and I was hoping for the same thing out of this. And not to spoil too much, but that is pretty much what I got. So I'll leave it at that.
More comedy?
Yes, just a horror comedy. I didn't know it was going to be quite like that going in. It's a comedy to me, at least, because I find that shit hilarious. Just the slapstick. The way they handle some of these kills is just absurd. It's funny to me.
Oh, the one that they advertised in this one too was just like you kind of figured out. You almost kind of figured out that they're going for the just how crazy can we make? Ooh, it's almost like, ooh, what if this happened next? And what if this happened next? Fuck it, just throw it all in there. Let's see what all happens. You know?
Yeah,
it's that gets old.
Annoying. It's not as annoying.
It gets old, but it's fun to not take too seriously.
Especially
be like, all right,
when that CGI doesn't look like it did 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
Oh, part 4 and 5 CGI was, oh my god.
And the fourth one, it's all practical, and then they went back and they thinged it. They fucked it up. They digitized it, man, and ruined it. Because if you look at the behind the scenes stuff, specifically the guy getting into the fence, he gets that is what they showed making it. He gets diced and there's pieces falling off.
Ooh,
none of that, man.
They kind of CGI'd out the good stuff.
Well, only halfway though, so it's just he's still going. Well, is the shit falling? It's fucking sucking. Looks good, man, but nope, not there.
Well, Craig, how about you?
Anticipation for me was pretty mid, and I think by the time I recovered after drinking Saturday and was mobile enough to get out of my house, and I actually was going to go see the movie at like 3, but that movie theater that time was pretty busy. Just looking at the seat map, like nope, that's way too many people, and so I felt just fine waiting a couple hours to go at 5. And saw nobody in the theater, locked in my seat, and I was in a decent mood, you know, and I was in the mood for mindlessness, like this kind of movie, especially what they've set us up for with 3, 4, and 5. But I was looking forward to a little bit of a twist that kind of changes the rules a little bit, at least, which we'll get into this later. They haven't really done. I mean, the first 5 movies are basically the same, just different scenarios, different characters, blah, 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 different deaths. And that annoys the shit out of me.
Really?
But
you did not like where this one kind of goes?
No, I do. That's what I was saying. I was looking forward to a twist. And yeah, but anticipation wise, I was mid. So this kind of went above what I was expecting, though. So
yeah,
way above what I was expecting.
Holy shit! I guess that moves into walking out, eh?
Yeah, we can go to initial thoughts. So, phase.
All right, coming out. I mean, yeah, like I just said, I was very surprised. I came in not expecting a whole lot and came out like very satisfied. I laughed a lot. I enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't perfect. There were some aspects of it that, you know, that we're going to discuss that were a little clunky, but, you know, it looked good. It went out well. I enjoyed it. There's a particular part that I really enjoyed that puts this in a particular spot for me in the rankings. I'll just say that.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
And yeah.
Ziggy, initial thoughts?
No, man. I know what he's going to say.
It's so obvious. I mean,
yes. If you've been paying attention, folks, and you've seen the movie, you know where he's going. My initial thoughts, I just went hands down. This was the best one. I think, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's that good. You know, I love where they took it, and I love this specter of death, how it thinks, how it works, and how they kissed every single movie, just gave it a nod or a wave or a wink, and made it all fucking matter, and it's cool.
Right. Yeah, you know, the idea, the original idea for Final Destination is good, and even Luke mentioned that a minute ago. He said, I thought Final Destination was an original idea at the time during a slew of mindless late 90s teen slashers. The idea of cheating death and having it chase you is a very good, very great premise. Just depends on how they tell that story. Agreed. I think the idea behind the Final Destination stories are a good idea, but for it to just be copy and paste for 5 movies is my issue.
They fucking did exactly what they did, because they took that premise and just said, "Wow, people want to see these fucked up elaborate deaths. Let's just do it. Let's just keep out doing that. We'll be fine. It doesn't matter. The rest of it, we'll just do the same. Another premonition. Here we go."
Right. Let's get some young hot stars in there, and we'll be good. That doesn't appeal to me all that much. So
sure.
But yeah, I was impressed with this one because it did have a little bit of a story. And I'll say this: I think the opening scene, the premonition, probably one of the best ones. I think it's the best one.
I agree.
And I know everyone's going to say the car accident with the log
second
truck.
Best.
But this one goes over the top in even ways that the log truck one doesn't. And I think a lot of people relate. We talked about this last night. A lot of people relate to the log truck one because
everybody drives in traffic.
Yeah, and everyone's been in an accident probably. So
well, to some degree, maybe.
But I think most people have also walked on a glass bridge somewhere and been like, "Oh fuck," or seen that stuff, or looked like leaned in Chicago and that up in the tower and lean on the glass. Dude, that's messed up. And they took that and did it, and then just kept setting it up one crack at a time. While people are, they're doing the fucking song. You make me wanna shout. Jumping up and down.
Well, I mean, should we just get into Act 1? I mean, I don't know. Did everybody get through their initial thoughts? I'm not sure.
I think we all got initial thoughts in. Yeah, okay. Might as well go to Act 1.
Yeah. Let's talk about this thing.
Yeah. I got a little bit of the premise here for that. In 1968, Iris Campbell and her fiance Paul attend the opening ceremony of the Skyview, a high-rise restaurant tower. It's a lot like the Space Needle in Seattle, with a big restaurant inside it. At the dance party, Iris has a premonition of a chandelier shard cracking the glass floor beneath the guest, while a gas leak explodes, collapsing the tower and killing everyone. So there's the premonition.
There's a bit more of a setup to that premonition.
Well, yeah, I mean that's very
to the point.
I'm going off the plot.
Oh yeah, you don't want to spoil it.
I'm all for that. And I will point out though, they're playing some. It was 68. You said 69.
It says 68 according to that plot synopsis.
That music is way off then.
The penny
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, it was like 50s music.
Was it?
Some of it. Yeah.
I remember feeling, I don't know, maybe it was the cars that were off. It's just something seemed off. Like something didn't match. Like the cars and the music did not match in that intro.
That guy was driving like it wasn't quite Christine, but it was close.
That was close to like an early 60s vehicle, I would say. 63, 64, somewhere in there.
Maybe I have to watch it again. Just
62.
I don't know. It's not supposed to be a period film, so I'm not going to complain about that. It's just, I don't know. It's not like I'm from the area anyway.
Right. But I love that intro because there was moments of just like you're kind of clutching your seat pad,
Oh, fuck
the armrest.
Yeah, it just kept getting your assholes getting tighter and tighter, man, as they're going around the place, and she's got her storyline going, and it's this whole fiance or about to be fiance, and it's good. They did. For once, they actually developed some fucking characters, man.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Why is that avoided? I mean, it can't just skip it entirely like the last, 5 actually. Yes and no, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, man, this one is good. I mean, these characters, you're with them, and you want to be with them, and it's cool. Even the fucking dumbasses, you're like, they're funny. They're still funny. Because you could see people, people like this, they would act this way. Yeah. So
one thing that I liked about the scary aspect of this premonition was, a lot of it was, the heights thing, but it didn't just rely on the fear of heights because not everybody has a fear of heights. They also made sure to let you know that this building was finished 5 months early,
Right.
so there could be some shoddy fucking rushed, development in this thing. I mean, my God.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she even says, is that really a good thing?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's, for people who don't have that fear of heights, there's also that fear of, oh, maybe this is just a terrible structure in general. Like, like maybe I shouldn't be here. I would start getting scared at that point.
It's got a glass fucking elevator in it with a glass floor. You know what I mean? It's all everything. Everything's out to get you. Like Australia.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now, do we mention the catalyst that starts this off?
We meant, or did we? No, we haven't mentioned it on the air yet. It's it involves Abraham Lincoln.
Do we save that?
Well, it was a champagne cork first.
Well, was it that first?
Yeah, that hit the chandelier.
The thing that hits the chandelier that makes the piece fall. But
okay, yeah, that is true.
I'm talking about.
We know
I'm talking about the other thing because Luke's already saying it. The only time in a horror movie where I wanted a kid to die.
Fucking penny. It's just we'll talk about the fucking Abraham Lincoln. It's the penny.
There's this kid that has robbed pennies out of the fountain down on the ground floor, squeezed his way into the elevator, gotten up to the top, and is now throwing the coins off the top,
The observation tower.
Yes.
Yes.
And
after people are telling him not to do this shit.
Security guard comes up and is just like, "Hey, don't throw one of those. You might kill somebody." And the kid's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I won't.
Sorry, mister.
Sorry, mister. Fat ass." And then, But
got a big laugh when he said that.
Yeah.
Did it?
In my theater, yeah.
Well, not mine because it was just me and Lonely Hearts Club up in the second row. But I did not like that. I don't like the kid being the thing. The champagne bottle, cool. The hitting the chandelier, cool. The grease fire breaking out, cool.
Fine.
All that's fine. I didn't need that penny.
That was a bit much, especially how the camera follows it zoomed in and the most obvious, and maybe not the greatest CGI, but it's still modern, somewhat polished, but still just like, come on, man. It's unnecessary.
And I know we're in a movie and we're supposed to suspend logic a little bit for this, but that was the most physically magical penny of all time. Just to be able to
withstood like a propeller, like that wouldn't happen.
Well, just to roll and bounce as much as it did, in such a perfect way. I mean, if I drop a penny, it
just land,
twirls and dies on the ground. It doesn't like ding 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 ding, like just start bouncing around like a kangaroo everywhere.
Perfectly mathematically right where it needs to land to fucking kill everybody,
Here's propane tanks with its velocity. Yeah, just
oh man.
So that was one thing that kind of pulled me out a little bit, and I agree with Luke. I hated the kid, but
he did his job.
He did his job, I guess, but
certainly
I still say that this was one of the better setups for the rest of the movie. So, Ziggy, what do you think about Act 1?
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps you. It ramps up every time, and every time the scene turns, and then they give you a little sentimental stuff between the two characters, and he's about to propose, and I guess, can we say that she's gonna tell him something?
Yeah, you guys know what's coming.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I mean, I think Joseph Scott dipped out because he hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. She's gonna have a baby, so she's afraid to tell him, and then so he proposes, and she tells him, and he loves it. He's happy as hell. But then she starts to see the omens start happening around, like we're used to. And that's when things start going crazy. And the band's up there playing Shout, and they're stomping the floor, and then that floor goes, man. Well,
and it's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah,
they don't really hold back. Like, people start falling, like
they're banking off the side of the building. They're
some
impaling.
people are holding on, other people didn't.
I knew it was CGI. I know it's all CGI, but it looked pretty damn good.
It looks good.
And
it looked really damn good.
Laser vision, all clean like that. I kind of was like, if in an IMAX, it would have been like you'd have been hanging onto your chair all the way, But fuck, man, it was just holy cow. I mean, this place is going, and her fiance now is hanging. He's holding on broken glass. Oh god.
Oh, dude, it's so fucked.
So bad. Everything you hate about glass and getting cut and everything, they just kill you in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get you all the way around. They get that. There's one other one that comes up later that's just it's just like the nail through the foot. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, it was mad.
Yeah, when she finally sees the singer, her little boy was there playing with a train, and he pops out. The whole place is on fire. Everyone else is pretty much dead. They're going down the staircase. That falls apart. The elevator drops down with a full load in it. She gets pushed out of the way while this guy bullies his way into the elevator, and that causes it to fall. So there's the justice.
Little karma.
It's happening, So,
yeah.
And then she gets the boy. They're running around as the thing's exploding, and then they dive out and fall and die in their premonition. So, and it's Iris is her name.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Now, this is a spoiler, but no, depends on what you guys say. Did you know who the boy was when you first saw him?
I wondered.
I didn't put it together immediately because I was just enjoying this ridiculous premonition. No, I had no idea.
No.
Because why else? You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely that. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah. All right. Then we jump ahead a little bit to the present day, where college student Stephanie Reyes is suffering from recurring nightmare, basically about that collapse, and then realizing the nightmares are linked to her maternal grandmother, Iris. She returns home seeking answers and is greeted by her father, Marty, and her estranged brother, Charlie. The siblings then visit their Uncle Howard, Aunt Brenda, and cousins Eric, Julia, and Bobby.
Big family.
Big old family. When Stephanie asks Howard about Iris, he explains that Iris subjected him and Stephanie's mother, Darlene, to an overprotective upbringing that became reclusive, causing Darlene to abandon the family. And then Brenda helps Stephanie find letters from Iris, leading her to a fortified cabin where Iris now lives. That, I think, that should take care of Act 1.
Yeah, that's definitely going into Act 2.
Yeah. FaZe, I'll start with you. Did you like this wasn't a current day premonition, that she was having, a vision of something that happened 60 years prior?
Right. That definitely made it feel unique, it wasn't
right
so direct. So all the other movies are something like they're literally dreaming about something that's about to happen in 5 minutes, whereas this is something that happened before. So it's already the formula is changing. So yeah, I like that.
All right. How about you, Ziggy? Did you like that little change?
Yeah, I mean, because especially later when it all comes together, I kept saying, I was like, wow. I mean, as simple as it is, I like it. I like that direction. I agree with it. I support it. You know what I mean? It's just such a... I don't want to say it. I ain't going to say it, but yes, I enjoyed it starting in 68 for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And I'll say this. For once, I don't hate the subtitle Bloodlines for a horror movie. Because this actually works.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. 100.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, other horror movies that have used the tagline Bloodlines didn't necessarily, it was just a throwaway.
This is how you do it.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the fact that it was kind of tying, the past to the family, but then we got to talk about the. Is there anything before we get to the cabin that we got to talk about?
Well, that's what I mean. Like the Uncle Howard's is like, no fucking way I'm gonna subject you to that.
Right.
And when she kind of gets to the stepmom, or the aunt, and says, "Hey, listen, man, I'm losing my fucking mind. 2 months I can't sleep. I'm flunking out of school." So aunt just kind of goes, "Oh God, whatever you do, don't look in the bottom drawer in the dining room there, And
Right.
Yeah, right.
boom, she gets her information and off she goes to the cabin, right? Yeah, she goes there first. Yeah, because, right, yes, we got to go meet Iris. So, yes.
Okay.
You're right where we need to be.
All right. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything about the family dynamic that we needed to talk about. I mean, one of them's kind of most of them are kind of aloof to Stephanie. They kind of keep throwing her off to the side, except for the aunt and uncle. But the cousins are just like, oh, cool, you're back. See ya, and they go and do their own thing.
Right.
So,
well, it looks like they've changed places. Like the girl, they were tight like that, and now she's tight like that with her brother. And they're all excited about him going to prom and all this stuff, and barely talks to her, but she's been off to school and stuff, doing her own thing, and it comes up later.
Right. Well, man, as much as I feel like this is probably one of the few ways they could have done this, I'm not sure I like the whole idea of just Iris being the recluse in the cabin. It kind of smelled a little bit of Halloween 2018. Lori, just a touch,
I got that vibe a little bit, yeah.
But Clear checked herself into an asylum, dude, in a padded room, same kind of thing. I went with that. I just said, okay, this is just a tactic that they use,
They didn't explore the house.
Had food in the first one,
Right. Yeah,
but it fits, it fits.
Like I said, I think it's one of the few ways they could have moved forward with it, but
I did think that though for a second.
Okay. So anyway, Iris tells Stephanie she disrupted Death's design by preventing the tower's collapse and saving the lives of everyone there that night. As a result, Death began killing the survivors in the order they would have died at the Skyview, along with their descendants who were never meant to exist. So there's where the twist comes in that I'm kind of down for. Paul, her fiance, later died in an accident, prompting Iris to document Death's omens in a book and live in isolation to prevent it from going after her family. Though Stephanie is skeptical, Iris leaves the cabin to give her the book and allows herself to be, And then Iris gets killed right in front of Stephanie to prove her point.
The omens are happening all around. She knows, but she's like, well, seeing is believing, and you see it.
And pretty good death there.
Fuck, dude, that was wild.
I mean, that was pretty juicy.
They didn't spare the blood. They used it up. They used it in this one.
So, anything in I felt like the cabin was a bit overkill.
I don't, because she goes in there, and then once Iris starts going, oh, thank God, now I can give you all the information, and you can go, I'm on my way out. And then, but
I get that.
She's verified in her family, like, oh my God, they were right. This bitch is crazy, So, and she's trying to get out.
I meant the physical, the set design of the cabin, I think was a little bit too much. Because it almost looked like she was preparing for some kind of zombie horde. Yeah, you know,
They
with
did too
with the
little with it for how
with the
much effort.
spikes, right? With the spikes coming out of the fence line and the what looked like possible bombs lining the driveway going through. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
are
went
those?
with
more
it.
screen time.
I went with it. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went with it.
I get a gate. I understand a gate with, you know, camera, and I did like the, hey, leave all your shit in this little compartment. You know, phone, keys, everything, put it in there. You're not coming in with it. You know, I like that. But then, you know, all the stuff leading up to the cabin and the stuff on the cabin. Why would you have a fucking weather vane up there with a big pointy goddamn, you know, arrow?
See, that bugged me, yeah, because
when you're trying to stay away from arrows.
Exactly.
She knew, though. She knew it. That was going to happen. She had it drawn.
I know, but still, you could have removed it and been fine.
Well, yeah, maybe.
And the house was totally safe except for 2 steps outside the front door. That was kind of strange.
Let me ask you this: did you like the way she that Iris interacted with Death? Like every now and then, just like, I see you, you bastard. You know, I dug that.
Fun.
Yeah,
I dug that.
So I mean, it was just it's always there. You know what I mean? As soon as you start to relax, the wind picks up.
Right.
Like, you know.
But I like the fact, and they wrote this and they played it well with the actor. You know, that she was so nonchalant about it. You know, especially that one moment where the magnifying glass is shooting the light up on the planter or whatever, and it's burning the string that's holding the planter. And she's just like, I see you. It throws like a shoe at it or something and knocks, and then just goes right back to, okay, what were you saying, honey? You know, right back to like grandma mode, basically. And it was.
She's so raw, though. She's like, I see you, you fuck.
Yeah.
That kept cracking me up.
But I mean, it kind of reminded me, not necessarily the you fuck part, but it kind of reminded me of like my grandmother, just like, you know, almost as like, you know, she's in the kitchen cooking up a meal or something, and then like kills a fly with a towel, and then just goes right back to, you know, making dinner, you know. Nice. And that scene especially was handled with that kind of nonchalantness that it played well. So, Faze, what do you got to add on Act 2?
Yeah, she was a good. I'm not sure who played her character, but yeah, Iris was excellent. I really enjoyed her character, just everything you just described there. Yeah, the house could have been used a lot more because I mean it does get revisited later, barely, but it seemed like they put an awful lot of effort into setting up a set that only had like 15 minutes of screen time. It's just it's weird. It's like I don't know. It felt wasted.
I didn't mind the interior of the cabin. It was the exterior of the cabin that bothered me.
I want to see more of the interior. The exterior was kind of problematic, yeah.
Or, you know, talk to her, you know, give her a walkie-talkie at the gate and walk her through like the landmines that are between the gate and the cabin, you know.
Right.
Like, all right, you're gonna have to follow my every instruction here, you know, because it looked like that entire driveway was rigged up with some kind of shit. But it never got explained. It never got mentioned. Nothing ever got
budget
shown.
For an explosion. Maybe there's a deleted scene that
they had the budget. They just
maybe that's what part of that 50 million was that got unspoken for. I don't know. I'm talking shit at this point.
Speculation. Well,
anything to add there, Ziggy? Act 2 before we move on for part of Act a little bit more of Act 2.
No, not like I was super impressed with that bit that they did, the gag with the death there with Iris, and it was definitely worthy, you know. But I don't know, Act 2 kind of continues to the barbecue, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, we still got more.
We got
more. Yeah,
we're not done with Act 2 yet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's right in the face, man. She gets just doused, and she's just got that, you know. It's one of those like, how would you react kind of thing, and she's just like, you know, that shock and.
All right.
Gross.
Moving on with Act 2.
Moving on.
After Iris's funeral, Darlene returns, Stephanie's mother. but Stephanie resents her for being absent since childhood. Stephanie reads Iris's book and sees a reference to someone Iris knew named JB, who found someone that defeated death. During a family barbecue, a chain reaction causes Howard to be killed by a lawnmower. That's where let's just talk about that chain reaction, because that starts with all the omens are just being shown to the audience, and it's a pretty good setup. You know, the rake. You've seen it if you've seen the trailer.
Yeah,
the rake underneath the trampoline, the glass that falls into the broken piece of glass that falls into ice.
Let me tell you something. That bothers me. That bit with the glass in the ice is some scary shit to me. I don't know why. It's never happened to me, but I mean, it was terrifying to me.
I work in bars all the time. There
are specific practices for that.
I see the potential for that all the time. Yeah, you got to burn the ice.
Yeah, you can't. Doesn't mean they do.
No, most of them don't. But I force them to. If I see them do shit like that, I'm like, I'm not playing another fucking song till you melt this fucking ice. Like,
yeah, right.
I will go to dead silence in this bitch for a while.
Yeah, don't fuck with that glass.
Yeah, that's so. I hate that shit. But yeah, no, I get it. What else was in that scene? The power tools that were everywhere.
The power tools. The grill itself wasn't
the gas thing.
Yeah, the gas
light. You know. Yeah.
Everybody in these damn movies got to light their gas grills with an outside lighter. You don't fucking do that, man. Why do people do that? You know what I mean? Like, you don't stick another lighter onto a gas. You don't. No.
Well, you turn the gas. You control the gas, then you do it. You don't just turn it on and let it go.
Well, right. I mean, these things usually have like a pilot light, like a spark,
and a spark
for that kind of thing. Yeah,
igniter. Exactly.
So you don't have to do that shit and endanger yourself.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene though, altogether, and
culminates with Uncle Howard stepping on the glass.
Oh man.
And it was all the way through, man.
Oh, they showed it good.
I got a screenshot here. I want to throw up to show Ziggy.
It's okay. I mean, it looked good. It looked all right. It looked like it hurt. And then, of course, fucking something else falls over the lawnmower, starts, and yeah.
I like how the lawnmower. How the lawnmower has to do like a wheelie to get up and.
Oh yeah, the rest of.
I know. I
make sure that it up, right. You know, it's all covered, and you know.
So it's so absurd. Like at this point, it's like, all right, everybody just fucked at this point. Like this is a cartoon at this point.
And see, at this point, I was also thinking, oh man, they always show the corpse afterwards. You know, and I go, I can't wait to see this, and they didn't show it.
Yeah, they didn't show that.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, that would have been pretty.
Well, dude, show that the things we've seen in the other ones.
That's true.
There's a lot of deaths. There's a lot of deaths with spinning blades too in this series too. So
yeah.
But this is where I think this is about the area where Stephanie kind of realizes, look, and builds this map on the wall of like, here's where this all is going.
So good.
It's like that. Is it Charlie from whatever TV show?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Is it the Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy?
Yep.
Where he's like pointing to all the red lines and stuff.
Russell Crowe when he was getting the Russian code and shit, and A Beautiful Mind.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a more
now
actually organized.
And it follows each bloodline, hence the title.
Yes.
It follows each bloodline to like and kills them in the order that they were born or, added to the family,
added to the line. Therefore, it's taken 57 years for death to wipe out everyone that's not supposed to be here. That is fucking awesome.
Right. Well, and Iris had to go first. Iris was the wall that was keeping that family safe. Now that she's gone.
Yes.
Not only her is unsafe, but
we'll get to that. The other movies, Iris had been tracking all the other people that had survived the disaster on the Space Needle, whatever it was called.
Right.
She was the second to last to die, right? I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to be fully established, but I mean, she jumped off and she basically was. So we're down to the end here now that Iris is dead.
Right. Right.
Just, I mean, that big chart of people, all these newspaper clippings, like we're talking hundreds and hundreds of people.
So
like
good.
it is obsessive.
I like that. I like that though. I like that touch.
It's a really good touch, and it looked organized. Still looked organized.
Events from other movies are mentioned in headlines.
That's true.
In there, like
That is
throughout.
true.
So they kind of give a nod and a kiss and a wink to all the other ones.
So during this explanation, everyone knows who's next or who's supposed to be next.
Not
And
everybody believes her, of course.
Not everyone believes her, of course, no. But that night, another chain reaction causes a fire. And again, if you've seen the trailer, this isn't a spoiler. Another chain reaction causes a fire at Eric's tattoo shop, but he survives.
He survived.
That scene you see in the trailer is a tease.
Yeah.
That kid survives. I guess because he was wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah,
That's
but he didn't get
weird.
burned.
That was a pretty
Wait.
gnarly scene, though. That tattoo
Wasn't it-
shop was crazy.
Wasn't it like a sleeveless leather though, like a vest or something? Well, no, he was pulling up his sleeve.
Well, he did. Yeah, he pulled his sleeve up to to do his tattoo.
That's true.
And then he got the brand from some heart pendant or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So after that scene, Stephanie and Charlie meet Eric on the road and are going crazy with like just random street hazards that
Stay away
that
from
are
those
around.
kids.
Yeah.
Look out for that tree. Watch out for
Real
that truck.
quick, I just want to mention from the tattoo shop, not to go back too far, just dude getting dragged up by the nose ring to the fucking ceiling fan that caught the chain. Because the chain catches his nose ring, starts dragging him up. That shit was hard to watch.
Well, I was going, that would hurt, but it would have been ripped out on the first pull, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
And I think that was a tease for what was coming.
Right, yeah.
So
God,
we'll
that
get-
was fucking
I
nuts.
just wanted to
We'll
mention
get to
the
that.
gnarliness of that scene before we move on too far. But yeah,
We'll
was
get to
absurd,
that.
dude. Yeah, that was absurd, man.
That was the most ridiculous one, but I kind of liked it just because you always hear about that. But we'll get to that. We'll get to
Yeah,
that.
props.
right.
You know what? Never saw that before. Thanks.
Right. But yeah, she's trying to protect him from different street hazards, like a tree saw leaned up against the trees, some guy blowing leaves out in the background, blah 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 blah. And she lays out this whole scenario like, how could I die? And it ends with like,
how's that going to kill me? I don't know. The thing could fall over.
yeah, and it ends with a soccer ball to the face, and he's like, oh no, death by soccer ball, and he's being all sarcastic and stuff. And then Julia comes out, the younger sister, and she comes out and is kind of laughing at him and starts to go on her jog. And sure enough, everything that Stephanie has predicted to happen to Eric happens to her.
Yeah.
But the soccer ball hits her in the face, knocks her into a garbage can that's sitting on the side of the road. And the garbage truck is right there, picks her up, scoops her up, dumps her in, and smush.
Good smush too, man.
Now, I know we're going to get into it later, but that was my favorite kill. I'm
Was
just
it?
jumping in. Yeah, that was my favorite kill in the movie, I think.
I think
Just
so.
that smush looked, it looked really good.
It's like a pumpkin, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. I mean, I wanted to stand up and applaud, except the other guy was already doing it, filming it.
I mean, the fact that it wasn't just
Had
a
to send it
straight,
to me too.
yeah, just the fact that it wasn't a straight head smush. It was
Yeah.
just the jaw,
Yeah,
and then the arm was out, and the arm comes loose, and the top of the head pops a little bit.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Dude, it looked great. It looked
It's
great. I
amazing.
know it was CGI, but it looked great.
It's good CGI though, and I liked it.
yeah. These effects people need to be commended for the work on this one. 50 million. Okay, that's cool. That they spent every penny the right way.
They made it back, so
Yeah.
Now you're probably wondering, well, why did it not kill Eric? How did he cheat death?
Huh.
Well, turns out he's not part of the actual bloodline. He's a product of an affair that the aunt had. And now that it skipped him to go to the actual bloodline, people are starting to believe Stephanie a little bit. So
that was a fun little twist to add on to it.
Yeah.
So
they're going.
Go ahead.
They're going after Howard's branch of the family before moving on to Darlene's branch of the family because she was born after Howard. So Marty and Brenda are spared because they are not blood relatives, and Eric is skipped due to the result of being a result of Brenda's affair. So Darlene suggests visiting. They figure out who this JB character is, and they track him down, and it's William John Bloodworth, played by Tony Todd, who's appeared in many of the other movies. The JB was throwing me off a little bit. I had a feeling that JB was going to be him, but I was wondering, like, what? I didn't like the explanation. Why didn't they just call him? It didn't matter. It wasn't that big of a thing. Just call him Bloodworth.
That is true, but it's whatever.
So,
still delighted to see him.
Yes, Ziggy, talk about the Tony Todd scene.
You know, he gets in, and then, you know, there's another coroner there working on somebody, and they're all like, "Are you JB?" And they're like, "No, you know, he's at his desk, you know, and I'm JB." And he turns around, it's Tony Todd, and clearly fully in full-blown stomach cancer. You know, fucking sucks, man, because Crank and I sat a foot away from him 2 years ago, and he did not look like that, man, at all.
He looked all right, yeah.
But the last time we saw him last year, he was a little skinnier.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last time. I think that was the last con. I think he did one more after that.
Maybe.
And then he was done.
We were like, what's wrong with him? You know, I mean, but here we are, and he's in the movie, and they say, hey, listen, they start explaining. He's like, I know. He's like, wow. He's like, he knows who they are. And like, where's Howard? And where's so-and-so, you know? And it's like, interesting. It's adapting, you know. Death don't like to be fucked with, you know. And he starts telling them that stuff, and he knows Iris, and him and Iris built the house together. It was her ideas, and he was exchanging how to beat death with her because JB was the little boy in the tower in 68. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, since she stopped it, he lived. But death's been after him, and he's been aware of it.
Well, but now that he knows that Iris is done,
yes, he knows.
He knows he's next.
Yeah.
But he also says that I've got cancer as well. He admits he does. He goes, therefore, I'm retiring. Now that Iris is gone, there's nothing left for me here. So and he says he's getting up to leave. We know the filmmakers said, ad-lib this. Say what you want to say to your fans. And hope it don't get to me a little bit, man. But it did last night, you know.
Oof.
And he just says, live your life while you can. Enjoy it. And then he leaves. He like kind of breaks the fourth wall. He gives a little wink to the cameraman, and it's just like, fuck, God damn it. You know, it hurts. It just hurts.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Chef's kiss from the man himself, from the candy man himself. God damn it. It was awesome.
No other Final Destination will ever be as good with him not part of it. So, I mean, but yeah, it was definitely it was just a absolute ultimate tribute to Tony Todd, and hats off to the filmmakers for that. You get another fucking prop from me for that, because that was fucking cool.
Very sweet of them to give him the freedom to do that.
Just that guy did so much for the horror community, and would do anything for it, and would tell you that. But I mean, he lived it. He would do it. I mean, he said that shit. Fuck, he was at this horror convention we were at when we interviewed him on stage, skipping his, what was it, his grandson's graduation or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, you know, but just the kind of guy he was. So I really, really appreciated seeing that in this scene, making him a part of it, giving him his final say to us.
Yeah, and
Very
like
cool.
like Ziggy mentioned, that was pretty much written, improvised by Tony Todd for the fans. It was like a message from Bloodworth to the characters in the movie, but it was also for you guys and us and everybody else. He also explains 2 ways to defeat death, either by taking another life and you get their time that's left.
Which was something he did in 4, I think, or 5.
I think, yeah. One of those. Or dying and being revived, which is a throwback to part 2.
Yes.
Kimberly Corman, I think, was the character. As a successful example of that, played by, is that AJ Cook from Criminal Minds?
That sounds right, but I can't remember. It's so many movies.
Yeah. Now he's retiring from his job as the coroner, and Bloodworth leaves the hospital, expecting to succumb to his own illness after Iris's bloodline dies. So he does say good luck, because the longer they last, the longer he might have.
Yep.
Now there is a goofy, dark, funny scene there where he says you could take a life and get those years back. And there's a moment where Eric and Bobby are talking to each other that I thought was great. I thought was written just so well. But they're talking to each other about, well, you could just kill somebody and get their years. And Bobby's like, well, how would you know who has the most years? And then right to their side, you hear the nursery, and they're standing right next to the nursery, and they stare at these babies in there for a good hard 5 seconds at least.
That's so fucked.
And then they're just like, no, we can't, we couldn't do that. No, we couldn't do that.
But then Eric looks again.
I thought that
Eric,
was great.
stop looking at the baby.
I thought that was a great moment, dude.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That was a great moment. Now, another thing we failed to mention was Bobby has a peanut allergy.
Right.
And it comes up earlier in the movie, especially at the barbecue, where Darlene shows up with cookies.
Estranged mom.
Yeah, the estranged mom. And someone tries a cookie and is like, wait, is there peanut in this? Or are there nuts in this? And she's like, yeah. And Eric speaks up and is just like, you trying to kill my brother? Trying to throw it on her. But so Eric convinces Bobby to trigger the peanut allergy at the hospital where he can be revived. But the plan backfires when a malfunctioning MRI machine goes crazy. And we talked, FaZe, you brought up the piercings earlier. You want to talk about the piercings in this scene?
Well, oh my God. See, if you thought that scene was gnarly, oh boy. So if you don't know about MRIs, you don't want to have any piercings or jewelry or even any cell phones or pretty much anything on your fucking body has any sort of metal involved. Because I'm not sure 100% how an MRI works, but it fucks with that, and it'll fuck with you.
Well, it's a giant magnet.
It's magnets.
It essentially is. It's just magnets, and it's
reflects. You can see everything because of it. Yeah. And
they don't just go in there with piercings, but don't they also? No, they don't go in with the other thing just yet, do they?
Well, I mean, he's got all the piercings, and he's sitting. They don't realize they're in the MRI room,
right?
Yeah.
And was he in the wheelchair?
Yeah, he was in the wheelchair.
Okay, so yeah, they also had the fucking wheelchair,
right?
So yeah, and of course I don't know what triggered this MRI to turn on, but
something when they opened the door, it knocked something over and fell and hit the computer and turned it on.
And it has this stupid thing. It said manual override required. Otherwise, it just kept powering up and up and up and up and up. Suddenly, piercings start flying off a dude. He's like, "Oh my God!" And it had to hurt so much.
It was kind of funny. Like even his shirt was pulling forward and then ripping open as the piercings jumped up.
But then it starts pulling at a more painful area.
What do they call that? What do they call that? Is it the Prince Charles?
Prince Albert.
The dick?
Prince Albert. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes, and his pants start doing the pull and everything, and but then
he has a cock ring, and it's no good, man. It's graphic.
Uh-oh. And then
what?
he gets like you kind of froze there for a second.
Oh.
Did I? Or,
No, Crank did.
oh.
Or I did, and well, you were fine. He just went, but
Maybe.
yeah, but he gets kind of sucked to the machine. But meanwhile, Bobby is eating a Reese's peanut butter cup to start his shock. You know,
God,
Which
that's
is-
right.
Which is very good, by the way.
Yeah, I remember they were at the vending machine and he was gonna get this like different peanut butter thing. He's like,
Right.
no, fuck that. Give me the peanut butter cup, man. Like if I'm gonna die, I want to die with something good. Like
yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna eat these unsalted bitches. Give me those. You know?
exactly. That's exactly how he said it.
So all the piercings come flying off of him, and then the wheelchair like pushes him into the machine. Basically, we're still on Act 2.
Is it, man? How this feels like Act 3, but okay.
Right after this, because
Right. This is the last scene of Act 2, I think.
Fair enough.
So, the wheelchair is kind of crushing him, bending him in half, pushing him through into the MRI machine, and
coming through his fucking chest, his stomach, and stuff. It's wild.
right. It's
Oh,
and
it's
it's
crazy.
pretty good effects too.
Yeah.
And then the vending machine that they just got the peanut butter cups out
Right.
of pops out.
The
The
spring
coil that
Well, there's a
holds
whole thing where they were shaking the fucking machine back and forth.
Right.
They thought they were going to
Yeah.
get crushed to death with that. Okay, I mean, they did that for like fucking a minute and a half with us
right.
before all that.
But the
But yeah,
coil
yeah.
comes out of that and drills into Bobby's head, and even the magnet keeps working as it is a spring
Oh, it
just
was
spinning
good.
into the head.
That was awesome.
Twirling through the brain. Oh my god.
Because he had to struggle. Once dude got pulled into the machine and broke in half, he was still holding the EpiPen. So the guy's all, he's all swelling out to death. He gets over there, gets it, and then gets hit by the spring.
And then the spring
Right.
gets him in. It's
Right.
terrible.
Which was that was a good one. That was a real
That was a good kill. All right, now we can move on to Act 3.
good.
Stephanie, Charlie, and Darlene decide to drive to Iris's cabin, intending to hide from death, but the
It's
RV
safe.
crashes. Yeah, they would be safe there.
Well, they
But
crashed
are-
through the gate. They can't get in.
Right.
That's
But
true.
and Stephanie's seatbelt jams. The cabin then, after another chain reaction, explodes, pushing the RV into the water, and Stephanie begins to drown. Darlene saves Charlie and pleads with him to rescue Stephanie before a lamppost, impales her basically, or bisects her.
Bisects it, right?
Yeah. And then Charlie, through he's a member of the junior lifeguards at his school, which was a throwaway line earlier on, but I was like,
Contemporaneous at the time.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But Charlie breaks his seatbelt and successfully resuscitates Stephanie with CPR, a la Part 2.
Part 2, almost exactly like Part 2. That bugged me.
Almost exactly like Part 2.
Therefore,
So-
stopping death in its tracks.
We hope.
Yes.
The only difference is I don't think Stephanie didn't intentionally jump in. Kimberly from the other movie did intentionally drive into the lake. So
Yeah.
that's the only difference. But yeah,
True.
FaZe, you had a rant about this, didn't you? Or
About
a minor complaint about the fact that they use the same ending.
Oh yeah, just the whole drowning CPR brought back to life being redone twice. It's like you could have done something slightly different there instead of reusing the exact same like fake out death.
It is like they kind of ran out of ideas. They said, you know what? Enough already. Just what do we got? What? Number 2? All right, bring it over.
They ran out of ideas
Yeah.
with kills like the spring, and it's just like, god damn, it's just like, okay.
Well, there's a dude gets squished in the elevator in the tower.
Oh yeah,
That was fucking awesome, man.
that was good.
That was a good one too. Yeah.
That was one of the gooeyest ones I've ever seen of an elevator crush, man.
Mm-hmm.
Luke gives Act 3 a 1 out of 5. He's been rating on the acts. He gave 1 a 4 and 2 a 3, and now with Act 3 he gets a 1. So
Didn't like Act 3, huh? All right.
I don't. Yeah, I mean it wasn't the strongest. Well, I mean, the ending was okay. What the very ending, but
That's why it can't be a 10.
Hello, Tanya. Got a wave from Tanya.
What's up, Tanya?
All
All right. So we think Death has been
All good.
cheated again.
Yep.
Everything is good. But a week later, the father of Charlie's prom date tells the siblings, well, if you were able to resuscitate her with CPR, then she wasn't really dead. She wasn't technically dead because her heart never stopped.
Right.
And
Whatever.
all of a sudden, here comes a train that gets derailed, rolls through the neighborhood, and
What derailed that
Well,
train?
they make the train, but then here comes the fucking log truck.
oh,
Part two.
what derails the train? A fucking penny.
A penny.
That
That was kind of. I didn't.
was a cheap throwback.
That's like you lose a half a point for that.
It's like almost 1 cent cheap.
But I mean, the fact that they threw the log truck in there
Well,
again.
yeah. Well, the logs
a couple of times.
were on the train, right?
Well, it was like it was a semi. It was like another semi like that. They were
Was it?
all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they collided. I can't remember.
Well, no, there was a semi that drove by at one point with the log truck, logs on it, but that was just a kind of a throw thing.
Oh,
yeah.
look, yeah,
Right.
So, it could have been a train car.
I think the train had the logs on it, and they came bouncing off. And
two of them come right over.
Squish.
Squish.
Yeah.
Double squish on the
Squished
two
them.
survivors. So
Yeah.
the bloodline's gone.
So
Roll credits. And
Yeah.
memory of Tony Todd.
roll credits with the penny.
Yes, they did.
The fucking penny was all.
It's like, why did they do that, man? Why did they do that?
It's like the Coke bottle in.
But the
can't remember
end
what that movie's
animation implies that death will roll on as a penny.
I know.
Representative.
Well, because it's following the tape with the bloodline chart that she had built. I get that, but
Right.
there will likely be more.
Well, making $100 million, you're making more. You'll find a way. You're going to go find someone that maybe was just, oh yeah, they were in the first one, but they were just there. They were at the airport buying a ticket. So now it's about they're going to, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Final
All right.
destination.
There you go. All right. Let's get into these last subtopics real quick so we can get through this.
No.
Writing and direction. Ziggy.
I just appreciate they didn't entirely just rehash the old tires. They came up with some good stuff. The family dynamic stuff. There's a lot going on here, man.
There is actually, yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
It's dumbed down enough to where it's just enough to make it matter where you care. And that's where it works.
That, and they don't over-explain it.
Right. It's dysfunctional. But
you see it.
Yeah.
You see it instead of it having to be explained.
Right.
And that's what a lot of bad writing in horror movies is, the extemporaneous bullshit. Oh, let me tell you a story about this family. No, and let you know what's wrong with them all. And then no, just fucking show the family and their interactions like they did in this, and that worked. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going. You were there. That we're on the same page. So I mean, that's absolutely right. And the kills are super creative. I mean, yeah, they kind of chinced out at the end, man. But I give them the highest points just for coming up with that 57-year arc is so good that it took Death 57 years to correct all these things. That's cool, man. I love that.
That is neat. Like I said, I like the twist with that. So
that's like
Phase, writing and direction.
Yeah, I agree. It was a lot better than most of the other movies. I mean, in my opinion, I liked it better than the other movies, but I can accept an argument that the first movie is the best. But no, I mean, I like the characters here. I don't remember them by name, but I definitely remember them by their personalities and how they were killed, and that's how you're supposed to remember them in these movies. And just, yeah, it's nothing, amazing, but nothing to complain about either. I mean, they did a good job for a Final Destination movie, something that you don't expect a whole lot of good writing.
Oh.
Right.
I love it. My expectations were absolutely shattered here. So.
Oh, big time. Big time. Writing and direction for me, I love the Tony Todd scene. I love the fact that you gave him an outlet to talk to the fans and say his goodbye. That was great.
100%.
I love some of the dark humor that was in this. The nursery scene, it being the biggest highlight. I did like the throwback to the log truck. I liked the mention of Kimberly in part 2 cheating death, and that's like the one person that's actually survived these movies. You realize this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They realized that too,
And
why she was mentioned.
right, but every single one of these movies almost always ends like this one did with one last thing that splat,
Yeah, totally.
But I like that they threw that back, but I did not like Faye said, that they used the same cheating death method exactly. Did not like that. And the other thing I didn't like about the writing and direction, the fucking penny. Leave the fucking penny out.
Didn't bother me as much.
And oh my fucking God, it bothered the shit out of me.
They're worthless, man. Just fuck a penny.
That's all I get.
I mean, I understand because it was heavily used for sure in this particular case, but I understand why. They needed a vehicle. I understand that. And then maybe they thought about that ending their credit roll and stuff with the penny rolling past all the points in history. Okay.
If they would have just used it for the beginning, I might have been okay with it. But the fact that it kept coming back, fuck
yeah, because the old lady picks it up and then she's getting a Kool-Aid,
right, and it falls out of her purse.
And she's reaching in with her, gnarled fingers. Yeah, it's. So yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but it is a nice effort here for 2025. Man, this one is decent. It's well worth your money. Go see it on the biggest, loudest screen you possibly can and enjoy.
Actually, yeah. Who asked
BK
that?
asked that earlier. He said, "See it on the big screen or wait for it to stream?" And sure, go see it in the big screen because the effects are nice.
Yeah, it's worth seeing on the big. Oh, come on!
It's the sky, dude. The beginning 20 minutes it'll be having you freak out. What?
Oh man, that's rough. Oh, Paula, we love you.
Now, I want to see all pennies when we arrive in New Mexico for Crank.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Don't give them any ideas. All right, casting and acting.
I mean, I don't know any of these people, so I can't really speak for that. But everybody did well. I think, honestly, the character I liked the most was probably the tattoo shop worker kid. And I don't know why.
Eric.
He stuck out to me.
He's been called the scene stealer of this movie. So
really, well, okay then. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah, I can see that. I can agree with that.
And I don't know if this is accurate, but somebody said he was also in Trick or Treat that Faze accidentally used the other day.
Archery, yeah.
One of the he was one of the kids with with a mask on that was way back then. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
I thought, I didn't really like Bobby at first, the peanut allergy kid, until we got to the scene where he actually ate the cups and everything and was working out and trying to die. Then he was good. I liked him again. So, I mean, I think everyone did pretty solid in this.
I thought everybody served their purpose for what they were supposed to be. You had kind of the standoffish girl that was not necessarily snobby, but just kind of like, didn't have time for anybody else except for Charlie at one point, Julia. You had the girl that was trying to save everybody's life and explain everything, but wasn't being believed. She did fine. The two characters at the beginning were just adorable. Iris and Paul were just fucking adorable, and they worked. And then Iris as an adult or a grandmother worked too.
It's believable. Yeah, it worked.
Yeah. And again, love the fact they brought Tony Todd back even for, 2 minutes. basically, or 3 minutes.
That's all he ever is in all these movies, though.
Yeah. So, all right. Favorite moment. I already mentioned mine. Besides Tony.
Yeah, if we're not
obviously.
excluding Tony.
Right. I would say the trash compactor scene easily was my favorite kill, at least.
I'll take the
yeah.
I forgot what the machine's called already, but the MRI machine. Yeah, I'll take that one.
I had the elevator at the beginning.
Ooh.
The weather vane for Iris. The garbage compactor, and then the vending machine corkscrew. I thought was fucking hysterical.
That was gnarly. Hell yeah.
It was great. The way it was still twisting and shit was nice touch. Nice touch.
Best moment though, Tony Todd.
Oh,
no
by
question.
far.
No question.
I haven't cried at a movie. Sinners almost got me at the end, but
Sinners did kind of get me a little bit, yeah.
Sinners, yeah. That's just it's amazing.
But just knowing that he wasn't here anymore got me this time, but like everybody around me was the same.
We've met him. We weren't friends with him, but we've met him. We've shared the stage with him.
And he was genuine, like Adam Marcus is genuine. Okay.
Right.
That's what I can say
totally.
for sure. Yeah.
Right.
That man loved the horror community.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll always have Night of the Living Dead. I mean, The Crow. He's fucking Platoon. He's in everything, man. If you really go around and look, I mean,
he's got a phenomenal resume. So, all right, here we go. Final thoughts and ranking. Who wants it?
I'll take it. Fuck it.
Faze takes it.
And I remember walking out of the theater wondering what I was going to give this thing, because it's definitely a lot higher than I was expecting. I was expecting probably a 6 at most. And I was walking out thinking, all right, that was definitely more like a 7, 7.5. But I thought about it more. And fucking Tony Todd scene, man. And some other really good scenes. That Crusher, the trash compactor, MRI machine, vending machine, all of it. Just a lot of really good moments. It's a great movie and a great horror comedy, something not to take too seriously. I liked how often I laughed at it. So I'm giving it a solid 8. Damn.
Would you rank Sinners?
9.5. I mean, basically a 10 without giving it a 10. I mean, Sinners earns a 10, but yeah.
Yeah, but ranking these movies isn't always, you can't, it's always going to be apples and oranges for the reasons you give what you give and stuff. So, because I gave Sinners 8.5 too, I mean, this one though, man,
at an 8
or a B on
or a B on his scale, yeah.
Yeah, man, way to take a fucking bald tire and retread the fuck out of it in the right way to where it's absolutely matters and provocative and good deep characters and fantastic gore. Wow. Finally another solid movie. We're running now, man. We're getting some good fucking movies out here. I can't wait to see how we finish this year because we're getting to be to the halfway point almost.
Mm-hmm.
But I concur with Faze on this. Solid 8 all the way.
So does Joshua. So that's 4 8s now.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Oh, great.
And we still need to talk about what another thing you mentioned last night. This whole theory about not necessarily theory, a trend that you've been seeing.
Yeah, that trend
revitalized. So don't forget that before we wrap this up. I'm not going to be quite as generous as them. I thought the ending,
perhaps a penny less than 8.
Yeah, I'm going to go $7.99. No. Damn it, don't steal my fucking joke.
Sorry.
No, I'm not going to be quite as generous as they are. Although I agree. I can't fault their scores at all. Great gore. Pretty good, a good way to change the story just enough to make it different and to give this bland ass fucking franchise some life. Oh my God, dude. Hey, you want to watch Final Destination? No.
No.
The answer is no. I do not. Now, I know some of you out there. I mean, I've talked to a lot of you out there that are just like, man, I love this series. And I'm like, you love the first two movies. Be honest. You love the first two movies, which are good. The first one's great. Second one, a lot of people put the second one above the first one. I don't, but we'll get to that here in a minute too. You love the first two movies. If you like 3 and 4, or let me take that back. If you like 4 and 5, you need to have your movie theater license revoked. Holy shit.
We may have a defender for 5. Well, right to your right there, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Hey, it's not on the top of the list, but they did something that I appreciated.
Oh, you can defend it in a minute here.
Yeah. That's the other ones did not do.
You're right. But oh my God, this movie went past what any of the other movies have done, and I appreciate that. Second, but they wussed out on the ending, which I did not like. And fuck your penny. I'm not kidding. Fuck your penny. I really was gonna do something. I would say 7.5, but I can't quite say 7.5. 7.49. That's my
1 penny low.
One penny less.
1 penny less. It's fine. It's I was just happy that they just because I completely expected the same thing with a couple of cameos maybe, and they didn't need the cameos, and they still tied it all together. Beautiful.
So 2 8s and 7.5.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's a worthy score. It's probably going to sit at number 3 on my list all time right now for the year. Maybe
this movie?
Yeah.
For the year?
Or it is right now.
Okay.
I got to go through and look at it, man.
I got to look at mine too.
Score, it's going to bump Presents probably down a spot.
Wow.
You're wrong.
I like it.
You ready for these?
All right.
We've got a couple in the comments as well. Some rankings.
You guys put Bloodlines number 1?
After thinking about it, I was thinking, what is my favorite scene out of all these movies? And of course,
Actually,
Tony Todd.
5 is supposed to be at 3, and 3 is supposed to be at 2 for me.
Well, that's what you sent me, so.
Bloodlines, 2, 5. Yeah. So we're going down. Bloodlines, 2, 5. So it would have been. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, I've left you 5 at 2 in my text here, so.
Okay. Sorry.
But
I was rushing.
I was surprised by that, seeing 5 so damn high.
No, I would put 2 above that.
I loved Bloodlines more than any of the other movies.
I'll prove it.
Well, that may not be what you typed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Should just set me that.
Wow. Okay.
Mine and Ziggy's ended up being quite similar.
Except for
6, 3, and 1 being the same. And
why do you have the original at 4, Ziggy?
I just think they did better at the gig than what they had there. They could have really, really went crazy with it, and it was good. It has the shock and everything, but man, when it comes down to it, I like the other characters, man, a lot better than I do in the first one.
Yeah, there are some.
Devin Sawa, whatever. Yeah, Rana, we're going to meet him in a week here.
Wow. Okay.
I just got to do
Hold
it
on,
for him.
Can you clip that for me, Faze, so I can show that to him?
Quaid. Yeah, you're gonna show him.
Oh man,
Get me thrown out of the fucking place.
Shit.
Devin Sawa. Mm-hmm.
Should we get through these?
Did you say he's no Dennis Quaid?
God damn.
Yeah, I would say
damn it.
Bloodlines 2, 5, then the original, then 3, and then the
So
final.
just switch 5 and 2, basically.
And you really like that twist in 5, I see.
Well, that's cool. I thought that was heavy. Getting it back onto plane 180 all the way back at the beginning. That's cool.
I was tired of this shit by that, but that's a 6-1.
They ended it where it started. That's what I like.
Yeah,
because that could have been the end.
That is kind of neat, but I felt it was just kind of too gimmicky for me.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe, but I like gimmicky. I'm a wrestling fan, whatever.
Okay, yeah, that explains a lot.
Look at some of these comment rankings here.
Yeah, let's get some of those.
Let's see here.
Yeah, we fucking stayed on the breakdown a lot.
This was commented
Well,
at 5:30.
We also talked for 30 minutes before we started the review, so.
Right.
Well, I had to do my public service announcement. I'm sorry.
Rick says Bloodlines, the OG, then the second, and the rest are blah.
Fair enough.
Luke says he's surprised there hasn't been a Final Destination TV show yet.
Dude, this is it's the perfect setup for a TV show.
It could work, I guess.
8 or 10 episodes. Every episode is somebody dying at the end of each episode.
Yeah. Or even do it seasonally. I don't know.
Yeah, easy setup.
They could take those scripts that were going to be the Friday the 13th with Jason killing people every week. Now you can do it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Luke says, I'll go backwards here. From those 4, 3, 5, 6, 2, and then 1 is his favorite.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so he's
That's
kind
pretty
of closer.
standard, yeah.
It's
pretty
closer
close
to
to
mine.
yours.
4 is the one everybody's like, fuck you.
Oh,
Nobody wants.
Honestly, I should have put 4 at the bottom of my list too, but
it's so bad.
Joshua has 5 at his number 6 spot as well, and then 4, and then 3, and then Bloodlines, and then the original, and then he has 2 at number 1.
He has 2 at number 1. Yeah,
2 is decent, man. It's got good, clever kills in it, and you first start to take a twist on the how it works. The reverse and everything, and
but I can't give 2 the edge for the number 1 spot because it's pretty close to a carbon copy of the first one, except for the very that one part. And I don't know.
They still did it. That's why I was like, okay.
I would be closer to putting Bloodlines at the top of my list before I would be putting 2, personally. But I love the original idea. I love the original idea. I just wish with some of these other sequels, I don't even mind the roller coaster or the racetrack, being the setup for the whole thing. I don't mind that.
Racetrack looks silly though, man.
That was silly.
It's the bullshit that happens afterwards. And man, the fact that they don't even name half the characters that were in that racetrack, like it's racist guy and then racist wife, like in the credits.
My God.
Get the fuck out of here. Give him a
That's
Bubba.
terrible.
Give him a name Bubba or something at least.
Let me ask you guys this. Outside of Bloodlines, what's your favorite series kill? FaZe?
God, I don't know. My brain is mush with this series. I can't possibly provide an answer.
I'll give you one here just so you give you a second to think. I love the first one when Gal gets hit by the bus, Terry or whatever her name is.
Of course, that's a classic.
Holy fuck, dude. That was such a shocker, man. Awesome. So that's like my favorite outside of Bloodlines.
It's pretty simple, but I really like Kristen Cloak's death in the first one with the knives falling on her.
Oh.
And that may also be, since she's been on the show.
Yeah, right.
I can't think of one besides, I'll say the bus. The knives falling on her was so fucking funny. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard at that.
Dude, what's the other one where that one guy got hit by the bus too, and another one, but then they show the aftermath. And he's all twisted up and everything. Jesus Christ, man. That's what expected to see with that lawnmower death in Bloodlines, you know. And,
Oh, Rick says the dude on the weight bench.
oh fuck!
That was crazy.
Oh, you need to see the dude on the weight bench in Clown in a Cornfield.
Ooh.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's actually fucking not bad.
It's coming. You know, it'll be the stream here pretty quick. So, yes, there you have it.
Oh yes.
All right.
The Texas Frightmare.
Tanya says the guy who gets his asshole suctioned to the pool drain. That was pretty good.
What's the other one, man?
Grizzly says the guy that was hung in the shower.
In 3, when that guy gets bisected, that Ian dude.
Yeah. Oh, the fence.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah.
And then Tarek says nothing will ever top the logger truck sequence. That's a good.
It's a good sequence,
man. I don't know. Go see this one because the premonition sequence in this one is impressive.
It's intense
because they just it's so Hitchcock. They show you everything that's gonna happen, and then it happens. It's fucking horrible, man.
Yeah. So, do you want more of these?
God damn! I mean,
you already called it.
Kimberly it's gonna be.
Will be the focus, the sole survivor, the last domino. How will they do it, dude? You can't make $110 million and not make another one.
Exactly. It doubled its budget. There's going to be a FD7. It's going to happen.
I could see AJ Cook coming back for, like, maybe not a big role, but
you get killed right off.
Cameo.
But it's now passed off. Oh, she's got kids. So guess what? You're not supposed to have those kids. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's still there.
Well, now, FaZe was talking about this.
Yeah,
this trend, and I'll just let him explain it. Tell the audience what we were talking about the other night.
Yeah, after watching Bloodlines and kind of getting through this series, I've kind of realized this trend that's been going on lately with these returning films, these
legacy
sequels, or even just reboots or whatever they may be. All these recent comebacks of our icons, if you will. Like some particular examples I thought of were like Alien and Scream, where the series started off with a bang a long time ago. Then it got dragged and dragged and dragged. And there are quite a few shit movies, particularly in the mid-2000s in that era that I mentioned earlier.
By the way, top 25 of 2006 next week.
Fuck off. and then after these franchises got dragged into the fucking dirt and left for 10, 15 years since 2010, now they're suddenly coming back, and they're coming back way stronger than they were left. I mean, Scream came back strong. Final Destination came back strong. Alien came back pretty darn strong with Romulus. So
I guess I got to give I Know What You Did Last Summer a watch then, eh?
Oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that one at all, man.
Okay.
God damn it.
I was looking forward to that one until I saw the trailer, and then it was, again, all cookie cutter characters, you know?
I'll tell you what creeped me out. They had a trailer for Weapons.
Ugh.
That looks good.
What the fuck is that?
That looks good.
Looks like a good one, FaZe.
I've been looking.
That's some nightmare stuff.
I don't know if I've seen this one.
I've been looking for that one for a while.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be messed up.
What we to go along with FaZe's trend line, though, we got 28 days later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or 28 years later, I guess.
That one wasn't so dragged out, though. That's only the third movie, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but it's been 20 years since they did one.
And Child's Play, too. That one got dragged to shit and then came back. Okay.
The series.
The series was really good.
Yeah.
Thank God for that, man.
Yeah.
That was good.
Halloween, not so much. I mean, 2018 was okay.
It started with such... It had such promise and was such a letdown.
We were all coming together. We were on top of it.
We predicted the whole fucking movie just based on the trailer.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, we literally did.
It's okay. Then it wasn't. Then it really wasn't.
Right. And then, let's not even talk about the other two movies.
Right.
You know, I mentioned this last night. I kind of made it relatable to like a band. Like, you know, you talk about the Scream movie, you know, the first one being great and then them kind of going downhill as they went. You know, a band has their whole life to write their first album and normally 12 months to write their second. So,
If that.
you know, that's why they call it the sophomore slump, you know. And I think a lot of this kind of ties into the same, you know, mindset in a way, you know, because if a movie hits, well, fuck, we've got to have a sequel in the theater in less than a year.
Right.
So I need a script on my desk in like 2 weeks. We're going into production in March. You know, especially studio, there's no fucking playing around, you know? So that's kind of what I equated to. And now that they had those long waits after they gave up on the series back in the day, some of these producers, and the same producers have been involved with Final Destination since the beginning. So, you know, since they had a little bit of time to think about it, they probably thought about what they wanted to do with this and how they wanted to expand.
Writers.
Yeah. So that's how I see it. I mean, let's hope.
Tanya brings up Saw too. That's a good example.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Saw Jesus Christ.
Every Halloween for like
so many of those.
You want to talk about a convoluted fucking
God damn. They go crazy. I have them all on DVD.
I don't think I have them all, but
I found them cheap somewhere. I don't know.
Fair.
It got, you know, I don't know. Like, I like Saw X. That was pretty good.
That was all right.
They did the same thing. They went back into those early ones, 3, 4. You know.
Jigsaw was okay when that came out.
But now we're not getting the next one. The next one's been canceled.
Has it? Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's too bad.
We should talk real quickly. I want to get your thoughts on the Jason universe announced today.
Did they?
Well,
yeah,
I
read
the
let's
article.
give that a second.
It said a revision of Friday the 13th, the game. Now, I don't know if they mean a reimagining, a redo. We'll never have what we had, but they insinuated almost that they were going to pick that license up again and release that same thing. It seems.
I'll believe it when it happens. Until then, I'm not fucking.
But I read it several times. I wanted to make sure I was grasping it right.
Well, and what?
I didn't even open the article. That's how skeptical I am.
FaZe, you might be able to help me with this a little bit more. What would be the legalities of one studio or two, you know, developers having created a game, sold it, supported it, abandoned it, delisted it, and now another studio wants to come in and
they would
basically
still have to sign the rights.
There would have to be money.
Use the same assets, use the same coding, just clean it up and tweak it, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for new, you'd have to for the next generation.
Since it was a published game that was sold for money, they would have to sign over the rights to the programming. Some of that stuff was like just pulled off of like just an asset library, for Unreal Engine. So some of that stuff isn't copyrighted, but like the Jason models, the animations, some of the inner programming, that they would have to sign over.
And that's kind of what they were getting at. Like it sounded like they were gonna go ahead and put in their Jasons.
But you're still taking
all
the shit that Gun Media built.
I think it's more likely that we'll see a new game now is probably more what they mean. But read that article, man, because you'll see it absolutely names like, hey, it's there's of course a bunch of weirdos in the comments going, it's coming back. It's like, well,
Tarek, whips out the biggest fact of them all here. Game code is one of the hardest things to acquire rights to, much more than movie scripts, trademarks. It is ridiculous.
See, that's what I was wondering, because I've heard other horror stories about this.
I think Gun Media would probably accept a large check to just
probably,
you know,
either that or, like Tarek also mentioned, they'll probably just go from the ground up.
That's what I see. That's what I see happening. Is it's going to be a brand new fucking game.
Sure.
Which means it's going to take 4 years to do anything with.
Now, let me go with this. Did you see on Steam that Summer Camp?
Yeah,
is now up there with a trailer on Steam. Straight up inspired by Friday the 13th, the game.
Oh, it's a ripoff.
I love it.
I mean, no offense to those guys, but it's a straight ripoff.
Well, fuck it. If it's anything close to it, we're in.
Kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Rush Week was a straight ripoff, but it was the same company, so apples to oranges.
I hate to see you guys, because I know
now TCM's abandoned.
You got in on that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I wasn't really feeling it, man. But
I still love that game, man.
Yeah, look what they've done, though, man.
But we've also gotten pretty good at it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've put like 600 damn hours into it by now.
Now, granted, we do pick and choose.
Yeah.
if we ever see somebody in there that's like, there's a certain character that's just automatic. What do you call it? Pay to win. We avoid that character mostly.
They sell characters that have abilities that basically
are undefendable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally undefendable unless you put one character in front of it. They cannot leave this objective. Another character cannot leave this objective. It's just, it's stupid.
Yeah, not Unity, but Unreal Engine. But yes, exactly, Tarek. It would be easy.
And like I said, there were people already doing it.
Well, we'll play
Tanya,
with
the other guy.
Jump on with us.
We need a third, damn it.
Yeah, we normally play killer though, so I know you used to like to.
The other guy. Come on.
Play killer with us sometime. She's talking about hitting me up on Saturday. So
hasn't been a mention of the other guys out here in a while.
I don't think she was necessarily meaning it that way, but it is funny.
No,
it is kind of funny.
I'm gonna point this out from Joseph Scott, even though we're past time. I just want to say, he says he got out of the theater watching Veronica Cartwright's new movie, The Ruse, and he says it's her best since Alien, which is a bold statement. So may have to check that one out.
Yeah, I haven't heard a whole lot about that one yet, so I'll check it out. And Luke says, "I can't buy another Gun Media game."
I can't blame you, brother.
They're already.
I don't blame you.
Already teasing. Watch our socials are going to be our new announcements coming soon. It's like, you motherfuckers, you're
dropping TCM after barely 2 years.
The corpse isn't even cold on TCM, and you're fucking teasing a new game.
The game wasn't even 2 years old, because remember, we were in Texas 2 years ago, right around this same time when we were watching the beta
of
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's fucking right.
That's coming up this weekend, basically.
Yeah, May.
So
that's crazy. Luke says he'd prefer the Atari TCM game. It was okay. I used to have it on my shelf, but now it's packed away.
I have it.
Once
I bought it from you.
Oh, you bought it from me?
Yeah, I bought it from you.
Right. The Halloween too, right?
And the Halloween, yep.
Once FaZe and I kind of figured out, the maps a little bit more than early on. Jesus, those maps are confusing as fuck.
Yeah, in the current one, yeah.
Yeah. And then now that we've got a strategy on it, I think we got a pretty good solid strategy for most of the maps and most of the characters we run against. So
Tanya says she plays Sissy, so let's go.
Does. Yeah.
I play FaZe. Crank is Hitchhiker, so we can do this.
Like I said, I get in there, they give me the easiest one. I just stumble around the outside and watch the car battery and stuff. That's pretty much it. That's all I do.
Yep.
Not anymore. That's not what we do now. Yeah. We got a whole strategy, man. I got the sneaky traps. You don't want to fucking step around my shit. I got the sneaky traps, baby.
It's 2D by DVD now.
Dude, I like this so much better than Dead by Daylight. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck that game.
I hate it.
So tired of that. I played too much of that crap. Anyway, we should wrap this up.
Ziggy, what are we doing next week?
I have no fucking idea. I was just about to ask.
Well, what are you guys doing this weekend?
Oh, well, yeah, we're going to Texas Frightmare. So I guess next week we'll be recapping from Texas somewhere in a hotel room, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, really? Okay. Maybe I could run the stream from my internet then.
I'll still be, there. So
I'll probably have to be on my hotspot. But my hotspot's actually not too bad.
We might be sharing a screen,
Oh, yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
I can bring mine, but
depending on what kind of Wi-Fi we've got in the hotel, but we'll test them both out when we first get there. So,
right.
Looks like I'm going to have a couple hours when I get there before you even land because you don't come in until like 3 or 4, right?
I leave here at 3:30, so that would be that's 2 hours over there in Texas behind, isn't it?
No, 1 hour.
1 hour. So, say I land at like 5:15 or something like that.
Okay, so you're after 5. Yeah, I'll be there probably by noon, but
so
maybe a little bit later.
4:30, 5:30. So it'd be, I don't know. I'll look at the thing again. I sent it to you, whatever it says.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got it saved still. I just couldn't remember exactly right now.
Texas fucking Frightmares, man. That's right.
Yep. If you're in the Texas area, come by and see us. Yep. Ziggy's going to get that signed by Bruce Campbell and not Ketchum. What's his name?
Hal.
Yeah, Hal. Dietrich.
Dietrich. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got to find my Hearts of Darkness poster. Oh, because I'm going to take that down there and have a couple of them sign it.
Because you got a big one, don't you? You got the old one with the glove.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
I'm gonna get one of the new ones too, but
I'll get an 11x17 because I got to get one for Rick anyway. So I mean, I'll just do.
Oh, I'm getting a 24, dude. I'm getting a big one.
Well, if they have it, did he say they'll have it?
Well, they're not going to have it, but they're going to be taking pre-orders for it.
That's true.
That's cool, man. I'll do that.
They'll ship them out later, I think, and get most of them to sign it. So
yeah, I'll fucking do that for sure.
Yeah. So, and then next week is that
the week after that is a review.
Bring her back.
Yes, Bring Her Back.
And Rick says he just went and saw that in the theater. Got to see it at the little surprise movie theater or something.
I did not.
Was it any good? We'll see.
Yeah, was it?
He said it was good, didn't he?
Yeah. Can't find that comment. There we go. Oh shit! He says Bring Her Back was the goriest film of the year, I think.
There you go.
We just got word from Final Destination Bloodlines.
We'll have to see about that, I guess. Direct comparison.
Yeah. Oh, I
that
love
looks
it.
interesting, though. That Bring Her Back.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. But where was his other comment about this? I know he said something about it.
Did he?
I can't find it now.
Might be thinking of something else.
Maybe so. Anyway. Well, cool. I'm curious to check it out. So, because I like their first movie. So,
questionable whether I'll be here for that show since I'm moving, but we'll see.
Right. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right. Send them out, guys. Somebody pays.
Yeah, I guess I could start with thanking the members. I guess they could take
that
load off of you. Thanks to our final girls and guys. We got Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD Mags, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. Our ultra crazy Ralphs, the craziest of them all. We got Bell's. I almost just said Bell's Crazy Creations. Oh my god. Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Crypt Horror, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. And our camp counselors, the most irresponsible of them all, Adam, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Chick, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Really now.
There's a for you instead.
Haven't broke that out in a while.
Yep. I was looking at that. I went, hey. It's so short and sweet. Come on.
Been a while, man. That was so good. And of course, if you want to become a member, you go over to deathcursesociety.com, go over to that membership tab, check out what tier fits you. You can also get there through that link I just posted in the comments. And of course, they have this graphic for me too, so I'll throw it up there. Thank you, guys.
The fourth guy, the big cheese, the head honcho. No, man, he does a lot of shit around here, and it's all appreciated, Face. Thank you.
Yup.
You can have one too.
And yes, for the Colonel, don't get sick, wash your dick. Don't smell like a scuba Steve, use Summer's Eve. Like Tanya said, stay sexy. See you all next time.
All right.
Yes,
Ziggy.
baby. On our way to Texas, a couple days. We'll see you down there, man. Can't wait. Al, all your buddies. Boom. Fucking Adam, we're coming. Michael, get ready, man. This is going to be great. Me and Crank representing the DCS and our associate producer credits. Can't wait. Kind of a first big con of the year, isn't it? Did we do anything else yet this year? Oh, I went to that one in Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee. Yes.
Milwaukee, we were all at.
First Milwaukee.
Big one. Big one. Big one.
For goodness sake.
Multi-level stuff. Yeah. But yes, that's it, man. And then, we see the goriest movie of all time of the 2025, according to Rick Poulton of the Whole Damn Enchilada podcast. We will see. But first, it's Texas Frightmare. It's Hearts of Darkness. Finally. You're there, man. Woo.
Yep. Yeah, can't wait to get down to Texas and hang out. My buddy JJ. Oh, there he is right there. Holy shit.
JJ.
Yeah. Right on time.
JJ is going to be down there. We're going to mix it up with him a little bit. I think he's going on Sunday. He's coming up to the con. So
Sunday.
We'll figure out something to do then.
Yeah.
And can't wait to get down there, hang out. Can't wait to see Mission Impossible on either Thursday night or Friday and IMAX, baby.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next week live from Texas.
Woo.
What?
Woo.